Viewers, thank you for joining us. You're watching our weekly program, Diplomacy. In this edition, we're going to discuss about the diplomatic mission carried out by Ethiopian Embassy in Djibouti. And I joined by Martha Abraham, Head of Public Diplomacy Section at the Embassy of Ethiopia in Djibouti. Thank you for your time, Martha.
It's good to be here at this. Thank you.
All right. Before directly dive to our conversation, would you exactly give us an overview on the bilateral relationship and the historical bilateral relationship of Ethiopia and Djibouti?
The historical bilateral relationship between Ethiopia and Djibouti is, as we all know, it's deeply rooted in the shared past and continuous commitment to friendship, cooperation, and mutual respect. For example, the Ethiopian Embassy in Djibouti holds a remarkable place in the history as one of the oldest and most enduring diplomatic missions of Ethiopia. So the bilateral relations and its roots can be traced back to the late 19th centuries when Ethiopia recognized the importance of maintaining diplomatic ties with its neighboring land. The fact that Ethiopia's diplomatic presence in Djibouti spans over centuries speaks volumes, actually, about the enduring connection and the mutual interest by our two nations. So Ethiopia and Djibouti have weathered challenges and celebrated milestones together, maintaining this strong bilateral cooperation.
You're serving as a public diplomacy head. What does it mean by public diplomacy, and what is its objective in the very first place?
If I have to define public diplomacy, I'd say it would refer to the diplomatic efforts and activities undertaken by diplomatic representatives, basically, to shape the public opinion, promote understanding, and build relationship with the foreign public. So at its core, public diplomacy is about forging deep connection, igniting understanding, and harnessing the power of communication to shape perceptions and promote Ethiopia's national interests, be it through culture, be it through the media, be it through strengthening the people-to-people relations or forging cooperation between institutions and entities of the two countries. So public diplomacy at our embassy is very dynamic and fuels our engagement with the public, both locally and in the region as a whole. So one of the components of public diplomacy is media engagement. That's why I'm here today, right? We orchestrate collaboration between the public and private media entities in Ethiopia and Djibouti and beyond. We recognize the pivotal role that media plays in shaping the public opinion, and we seize every opportunity to showcase Ethiopia's rich cultural heritage, investment areas, tourism, basically to promote Ethiopia's achievements and share our compelling stories and resilience, progress, and unity. So speaking of shaping perception, there's this one aspect we engage as an embassy in an immense manner, that is digital diplomacy. We recognize the transformative power of the internet in shaping impressions and perceptions, with the world increasingly turning to digital platforms for information, for news, to get an idea or an understanding of something. Mostly the current world turns to the social media platform. So we are at the forefront of reputation management and counter disruption. So we lead bold and impactful digital campaigns across many languages, ensuring the message resonates worldwide, in Ethiopia and Djibouti, mostly in Djibouti, and then throughout the Horn, to promote Ethiopia's national interests. In addition to this, we closely work, as an embassy, we closely work with institutions, both, for example, finding projects between institutions and cities of Ethiopia and Djibouti. So, in a nutshell, public diplomacy and our engagement as an embassy in the public diplomacy sectors encompasses all of these areas that I have tried to explain here.
It's been a while since you have been assigned as a public diplomat. Have you discharged your responsibility during your stay in the embassy there?
I would say I have tried my best to discharge the roles and responsibilities that have been that comes with being a public diplomat. For example, in Djibouti, during my stay, and as an embassy as a whole, we have been trying to engage with different institutions, different cities. Let's say twining projects of Dredwa City and Djibouti City. Different institutions have been intertwined, or the twining projects have been going very smoothly in the past 2 years I've been here. In addition to that, we have as a public diplomacy department, we have been engaging in, as I have said, in digital campaigns in order to shape the perception that Ethiopia has among the Djiboutian population in a manner of people-to-people relations, the whole at large, and in a manner that promotes the interests of Ethiopia, be it in investment, be it in trade, be it in tourism, image building. So I would say I have carried out my roles and responsibilities well.
The government of Ethiopia is summoning foreign direct investment these days. And what are you exactly doing in promoting the investment potential of Ethiopia for the Djiboutian investors?
That is very true. And the embassy has been actively engaging in various measures to attract Djiboutian investors and to promote investments in Ethiopia. You know, we're also leveraging the growing interest demonstrated by Djiboutian investors and aiming to deepen this economic integration between our two nations. One significant and recent engagement that highlights this endeavor is the recent investment forum that was held in Addis Ababa, Invest Ethiopia 2023. This forum oversaw the participants of over 40 companies from Djibouti, demonstrating their keen interest in investing in Ethiopia. So the forum provided a platform for these companies to engage with Ethiopian officials, businesses, potential partners, and fostering connection and facilitating discussions on potential investment opportunities in light of the reform being undertaken by Ethiopian government in this sector. Be it the privatization endeavors, be it the industrial parks, be it the establishment of free trade zones in Ethiopia. In addition to this, there is this keen interest to invest in Dredwa free trade zone. We had a recent delegation that went to Dredwa city, showcasing their interest in investing in that free trade zone. So the delegation recognized this strategic location of Dredwa to Djibouti and the free trade zone. So with its close proximity to Djibouti, it makes it an attractive destination for investment. In addition to facilitating such high-profile events and visits, the Ethiopian Embassy closely works with Ethiopian and Djiboutian businesses, the Chamber of Commerce, relevant institutions to strengthen ties and enhance investment opportunities. So the embassy is actively promoting the advantages and the opportunities offered by Ethiopia, emphasizing factors such as strategic location, abundant resource, large consumer market. Ethiopia is a big country. And that drives a big or a large amount of consumer markets. The growing potential sectors such as manufacturing and industry. So by showcasing this strength, the embassy seeks to attract more Djiboutian companies and Djibouti-based companies and investors and prominent business individuals to invest and to capitalize on the various advantages that Ethiopia has to offer.
Okay, let's talk about this illegal human trafficking, and Djibouti is a gateway for illegal migration. It's a vice versa. Djiboutian come this way and Ethiopian flee through the gate of Djibouti. What exactly your embassy doing to mitigate and halt this illegal migration?
That's a very crucial point that you have raised. Illegal migration, not only in Ethiopia, but in general in the Horn, is a pressing issue. It's called the Eastern Route. So Ethiopian migrants pass through Djibouti to go to the Arabian Peninsula through Yemen, right? So the embassy has been putting various efforts and various initiatives to combat or to create awareness about the dangers of illegal migration. In addition to awareness creation, the embassy also closely collaborates with international organizations, if I'm being specific, the IOM, to facilitate the voluntary repatriation of Ethiopian migrants who have left Ethiopia but have faced have to endure a lot of problems during their travel or journey to Yemen, or those who have returned from Yemen. So the embassy have been engaging this pressing matter from all fronts.
Let me get back to this public diplomacy. As a public diplomat, you played a pivotal, and you're expected to play a pivotal role in promoting the quest of Ethiopian community in Djibouti. And what are the works done there?
So the Ethiopian community in Djibouti, it's not a small community, it's a very big community. It's estimated between 100,000 to 150,000 Ethiopians are living in Djibouti. So there's a significant presence. There is a significant presence of Ethiopians in Djibouti, and our embassy, be it through the public diplomacy sector or the diaspora, most importantly, the diaspora sector holds or works closely with the Ethiopian community here in advancing various Ethiopian causes and promoting Ethiopian causes by working with them, by strengthening them, by enabling these communities to have various associations to enable them for their voices to be heard.
What about in the areas of developing the very crucial infrastructures, be it hospitals, school, this religious institution, mosque, churches, other facilities that aligns with Ethiopia's virtues? And maybe you see some parents need schools which provide a curriculum designed similar with that of Ethiopia.
You have raised an important concern when it comes to education. So as I've said, there is a a large Ethiopian population, Ethiopians residing in Djibouti. That means there is an educational need of this population, and this need has to be met. So in this area, the embassy has been engaging with the Djiboutian government as well as various stakeholders in Ethiopia to enable the construction of Ethiopian community school. Currently, Ethiopians in Djibouti face a lot of obstacles when it comes to education. It could be high fees, it could be lack of documentation, and as you have said, difference in curricula hindering their access to education, right? So establishing a community school is expected to overcome these challenges, and education is a core component of a better society. So the community school is expected to provide an opportunity for Ethiopians residing in Djibouti to educate their children and address this social problem they currently mostly face. And it would offer a curriculum, an Ethiopian curriculum, that would allow students to learn and embrace their Ethiopian language, culture, heritage. And this is particularly beneficial for Ethiopians born and raised in Djibouti, ensuring that they shape their identities based on their Ethiopian roots. In addition to feeling the needs or the educational gap of the Ethiopian community, or the problems that is being faced by the Ethiopian community in the educational sector, it also facilitates the exchange of culture by admitting when the school is built and commenced, it could admit Djiboutian students, international students, introducing them to our Ethiopian history, culture, tradition, promoting mutual understanding and appreciation, basically. So efforts have been made by our embassy to realize this vision, be it from land acquisition, which has been generously given to Ethiopians living here by the Djiboutian government, the design of the school, which has been done by was done by Dredwa University. So the embassy is actively engaging with the community, advocating the establishment of the school, the need of the school, and emphasizing its urgency. So all in all, the Ethiopian community in Djibouti is very strong, very capable, and the embassy is engaging with the community, rightly so, to promote the needs of citizens in here.
Let's talk about this diaspora engagement and their response whenever this national calls happen.
When during critical moments and in our country, the Ethiopian community in Djibouti showcased remarkable solidarity and unity with their homeland, actively responding to Ethiopia's calls for support. One notable example is the Ethiopian Grand Renaissance Dam. They have shown their participation in buying bonds, promoting the cause, and basically responding to this national call that our country has been engaging for the past decade. In addition to this, financial contributions to other transformative projects, let's say Gabata Laga, for example, that holds significant importance for Ethiopia's economic development and in the tourism sector. So the Ethiopian community in Djibouti participates in various national endeavors. In addition to this, one thing I passed without mentioning is the support for our military. The role played by the Ethiopian community in Djibouti in supporting our military in the last couple of years is truly unmatched. So all this engagement that I have mentioned has been acknowledged as well by the Ethiopian government. Furthermore, Ethiopians residing in Djibouti mobilize resources to assist those affected by natural and man-made challenges, whether responding to the impacts of droughts, conflicts, or other humanitarian crises. So our embassy appreciates the compassion and the willingness of fellow Ethiopians in here to respond to whenever Ethiopia calls.
Your embassy has been appreciated by many states in the area of initiating green legacy initiatives there in Djibouti. This green initiative, green legacy initiative is going beyond Ethiopia and to other part of Africa. And Djibouti embassy, Ethiopian embassy in Djibouti had made an amazing and remarkable achievement in planting significant number of plants. Can you tell us, the work is undergone in the area of green legacy there?
That's a very timely question, actually. As part of Ethiopia's commitment to extend that green legacy initiative to neighboring countries, which is initiated by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, a significant gesture of goodwill has been demonstrated to Djibouti when it comes to green legacy. For example, Ethiopia has present